Hello.
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 Hello. All right. Now we can hear. Everyone's here.
All right.
Say
I'm
who
back.
you are. Who are you, Jim?
I'm Jim. And I'm back.
Back.
Jim's back.
He
Toby-
didn't die. He didn't leave.
Toby's
I'm
here,
here.
taking his clothes off. I don't
Dude,
know what is happening.
I don't like having the camera because, like, now I gotta worry about what I'm doing.
Clothing?
I'm over here eating and whatever.
Yeah.
Fine. I liked it when we were just audio. Thanks, Shelby.
Okay. Yeah, and he's dying, but whatever.
You're lucky I have anything on, but
Hey, we have a guest.
Our first guest.
Sorry.
Our first guest, Jim. Why don't you introduce our guest?
Everybody, this is Vince.
Vince.
yay.
Hello, everybody.
Vince, tell us a little bit about yourself. Why you know any of us? You don't know Toby. You just
I
got
don't.
to meet him like 2 seconds ago. You already
No, I
hate
just-
him.
No, I don't hate him. I just met Toby, but yeah, I know Rob and Jim from back at the University of South Florida, where I got my undergrad, and then I worked for 14 years at the USF Contemporary Art Museum. So I used to get to hang their artwork all the time. It was a lot of fun.
And up until, I don't know, what, 37 seconds ago, Jim and I thought that that's where you still worked and still lived in
Wow, yeah.
Florida.
No,
So,
no, I
we got lots to catch up on.
Yeah, COVID kind of messed up my life a little bit, and
What? That's crazy.
yeah, can you imagine that? But
No.
I blew out both my rotator cuffs, so
Oh,
it's really
really?
I can't hang artwork anymore.
Oh, man.
So I had to leave and sold my house down there, and had a friend that had an RV and basically lived in an RV and traveled around the country for a while, and then visited Iowa because that's where I'm from, and then decided to move back to Iowa the next year. 2 years ago, last May, basically.
I do need to ask, are you prepared to defend Iowa on the podcast?
Totally, I'm from Iowa. Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. I'm not saying
Rob,
that we're going
Rob
there. I'm
loves
not
going
saying.
after all the
I want to say
all the
first,
Midwest states.
in case people are watching and they think that I'm from Iowa and I'm just gazing off into nowhere, it's because my computer laptop the screen's messed up, and so I have to cover that up because otherwise I would probably have a seizure. So then you guys are above me, so that's why I'm looking up that way. I'm trying to look at the little sticker I put down here to remind me.
It actually works with the video because Rob kind of moved us all.
Oh, he did. He saw it.
Yeah.
He caught it. Okay,
Yeah.
good to see Rob. It's always Rob knows
He's
his
thinking.
video. Yeah, he is.
He's trying.
He's a thinker.
I'm trying.
Master's degree.
I know. I got 2 of those. They just give those out.
Nice.
Apparently. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Man, that's awesome. Well, I mean,
Mhm.
like living in
where,
an RV.
Where in Iowa?
Well, yeah, okay. So I ended up. I live in Amana, Iowa, which is like 15 minutes south of Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Okay.
So Cedar Rapids, Iowa is like in East Iowa, and that's where I'm from originally. But I found a house here in Amana, and Amana basically is like a little tourist town. It's people. They're not. A lot of people think they confuse them with Amish people, but it was really just a German colony of people that wanted to just have their own religion, and they bought the land from the Native Americans, and they've it's basically if you took Epcot, the German section from Epcot, and took it and then threw it all over Iowa for a small area, because there's different colonies and stuff, and it's awesome. There's a restaurant that does traditional food called the Oxyoke Inn, and Millstream Breweries here, so they got their own beer and everything, and it's I literally live 2 minutes away from that main little Epcot center, but there's no rides or roller
It's not-
coasters.
Is it $250 a ticket? It's not.
It costs nothing. It's just there's stores and stuff, and little shops and stuff. In fact, for a while I worked in a rock shop called the Noble Stone. It sold crazy rocks and stuff.
I thought you were talking like rock. Woo.
Well,
Like
I
Van
would
Halen,
sit in
huh?
there. I'd sit in there and play rock music, because they had little rock people with little googly eyes on them. And they called rock peeps, and they had a little stereo, and I could control my Spotify, so I'd play rock music for people. And
Nice.
I made a Spotify list that had nothing but songs that had the word rock in it. So people be in there like going around looking, and then after like a couple songs, they go, "Ho ho!" They start laughing, and So it was a good gig, but now I'm just doing my own projects and artwork and stuff like that.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so
what? Like, go ahead and pitch yourself. Tell people where you
Oh,
are.
okay.
We have like 2 listeners usually.
Yeah, you might get some business.
well, my one friend said they were going to listen tonight too, so you might get 3 listeners tonight. But no, I've just well, you guys know me, so it's hard to say because I do performance, I do video stuff, all sorts of stuff. For my master's degree in 2020, I created a vinyl album but it was just, I didn't like make 100 of them. I made like one of one and an artist proof. And basically it was like half art videos that I had posted to YouTube.
Oh, nice.
And the whole and I had like 3 different characters. I had Vince Venkman, who was like the Ghostbuster, but he's like the engineer and he was taking care of the amps. Then the artist, and he's like, the guy, the singer and the player that's the asshole. And then Vince Edwards, who always wore a suit and had the Vince coin. And
Okay.
he was trying to get the record deal going. And so there's like a story throughout. It's like a concept record, but it's really hard to listen to because it's like audio from videos. And then I hired Sean Kyle, who's a Tampa rock star, but also he records bands.
Uh-huh.
And we hired this young band of 20-year-old guys. At the time, they were called Sick Hot. They were a 3-piece, and they played Zeppelin, AC/DC, like all that kind of stuff. And I paid them each like $150 one day. And Sean, like, I sent him my songs that I written. I wrote like 6 songs, like all crappy, like not even demo tape. Like he's just like, just send me a video of you playing them. And then he arranged it, had them play it. And then I came in for a couple of days and sang over it. So it's like a legit
That's cool.
rock song. It's on Spotify if anyone wants to
Yeah.
listen to it.
How do we find it on Spotify?
Vince Kral.
Vince Kral.
Yeah, no band name. Just me.
Just you.
That's
Yep.
ARAL.
AL, yes.
Good night.
And you can, vincekral.com works, but you got to put in the www.vincekral. If you just put in vincekral.com, it'll work, but it'll go to like 13 years ago. I don't know what's the glitch is.
You have a portal.
You know what? I go to your website fairly regularly, actually. There's always a student that's looking for a kind of non-conventional MFA program. And I'm always like, oh, my friend Vince went to, I can never remember the name of it. And then I have to go find your CV, and then that's where I find it.
The Vermont College of Fine Arts, yes.
Yes.
No, it's an awesome school. It's an awesome program. It was perfect for me because at the time I was working full-time at the art museum among doing other, shenanigans around town. So it was a low residency program. You go basically for week and a half, or maybe 2 weeks. I can't remember, but it's like twice a year. So that's basically, you go, and then you go 4 times, 2-year program, or so you go 5 times, 5th time you graduate. But, the first time you go, you hang what you've already made, you got in with, and then
That's cool.
all the professors are all remote too. And so then when you go back to Tampa, then you find somebody with MFA that's qualified to teach you. So I basically got to pick my own local professors, and then pick people. Then they would pair you up with professors through the program and do your writings and send that to them. And they'd critique your work and stuff when you'd be there, and you had to do like the defenses and stuff. So it was a really good program. They actually, we're in Vermont when I went there, but now their campus has moved to Colorado, actually.
Oh, really?
It's partnering with a university there.
Leslie?
I can't remember the name. No, that used to be the name of the president of the college, Leslie Ward. But I could find out, let you guys know. But I can't Google it now because Jim said there's rules.
Yeah.
There's rules. There's one rule.
I don't want to
literally
Google it.
one rule.
I don't want to Google it. If you Google Vermont College of Fine Arts and you're listening,
We'll find it.
You'll find it.
They'll find it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I just want to announce we do have 2 listeners online. Right now.
Hi, listeners.
I mean,
Sweet.
granted, both of them have been on the show before, so it's Russ and Chris Johnson. What's up, guys? Does it count? Are they listeners if they've been on the show? I say yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're
course.
listening, yeah.
They're listening. All right, cool.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
family.
If they're
Here.
listening, they're technically listeners. They're
Yeah.
yeah.
If they say they're a family and you're not actually family, are you family?
Is that an Olive Garden commercial?
But there's a lot of ways we can go with it. We can go Olive Garden.
I'm
We
not
can go
Googling for
Fast and
Olive
the
Garden
Furious.
questions. Like,
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I got family.
We can go, lots of different things.
so they can only hear us right now too. So we'd be like, and now we've got Paul McCartney. Hey boys, how you doing? I'm just here with Vince. That was more Austin Powers. Sorry.
No, they can see us on Instagram. And
Oh, I
YouTube.
thought you said they were listening, but they're viewing and listening.
They're viewing and listening and putting for eggplant emojis. We got
nice.
Is that like our rating? Are we like 4 eggplants out of 5?
There are
It's out of
4
100
guys here. I don't know.
There's 4 guys. There are
It's an
okay.
eggplant party.
Oh, eggplant doesn't mean eggplant.
No,
Yeah,
it does.
you can Google that when we get off the show.
What does it mean?
Penis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even I know that. I'm old. Like, what the hell?
I'm kidding. Oh my God, we've got a 3rd listener.
Oh, this is great.
Getting
good
all
times
the
roll.
The viewers, what's up, everyone?
Everyone,
we
don't
have to
for-
remind them that they need to come every Wednesday night, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, or excuse me, 10
Mountain
o'clock
time.
Mountain Time. It's midnight Thursday morning on the East Coast, right? It's like
Yeah.
12:13 on the East Coast. Chris Johnson, it's after midnight there. He's on Thursday.
Because
He
right
knows
now
the
it's
winning lottery numbers.
Yeah, what time is it for you? You're at what?
11:14.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause you're mid.
Central.
Yeah, central.
Central. Yeah.
But,
Okay.
but
This reminds me when I used to live in Florida, and every time I'd talk, my dad would call me on the phone. He'd have to establish like what the time was,
Yeah, you'd be like, okay, what is it for you?
and I was there for 25 years. I'm like,
And it's just at that point, was it only 1 hour difference?
yeah, it's a +1 or
It's not
-1,
yeah.
whatever. But then he'd confuse it. Well, what time? It's my time. It's 8 o'clock. No, it's gonna be 7 o'clock. But yeah,
Yeah, that happens.
it is.
we were supposed to
all
remind everybody to
relative.
like and subscribe, I think, right?
Like and subscribe.
No,
We don't know
do
really
that.
what that means, but we were supposed to tell you.
And hit
No,
that little bell
is
if
that
you want
Mitzi?
notifications.
Mitzi must be watching.
Yet she is.
Yeah.
Oh, and Olivia's watching.
Oh,
Your
she
wife.
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's the one giving us all the good self.
Yeah, like and
emotional
you're supposed to bring
Right.
up something about a review.
a review.
to write a review.
To write a review.
Oh yeah. If you are listening right now, please write a review because it's easier to do when you're listening to it. I guess that's what
That's
my
what we
wife
were
says.
told.
That's
that-
what Olivia
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. And
Hey,
we don't
Jim.
really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Jim, next time, can you guys leave me in the little guest room and you get all this business taken care of, then bring me out and I start
Yeah,
talking
right.
about stuff?
Right. I agree.
Toby understands.
I
Like,
totally get it.
You guys think I just sit around here all day? Oh, actually, I do. But anyway.
Well,
But people don't need
but-
to know that.
Yeah, I don't care if they
also
do.
you are our first guest, so we
Yeah,
don't
we're
really know
learning
what we're doing.
On
As
the-
we go. You're our
our
first
first guest
guest
to sign up.
from the new sign up process.
Okay.
So
I
before
was
we
going to say,
were
I
just like-
listened to some
Yeah,
of your
we've
old
had-
ones.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
we've
first
had
one
guests.
the first one I started was like right around COVID, or COVID was maybe ending or something. I can't remember, but I was like listening to it. I was laughing. I was listening, and then you guys started talking about the reality. I was like, oh man, no, I can't go through that again. So I went to more recent ones to kind of check out what the vibe was, but not that I already knew because I know Rob and Jim so well. So
And Toby's the curmudgeon.
mm-hmm.
So
Well,
what we-
he does a good job.
That's my role.
Yeah.
official curmudgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So I do want to point out Jim was not here last week because he was on a Twilight honeymoon, correct?
It was a late 10-year anniversary, which involved Twilight touristing. Yes.
What? Okay, which I hear is a huge industry, the Twilight tourist industry.
Yeah. The little town of Forks, Washington is blowing up.
But like when I was looking at some of the photos and I just kind of glanced through, there seemed to be a big problem.
Well, there's a few. Yeah.
What problem do you think I would pick out?
Is it that the movies weren't actually filmed in Forks, Washington?
No, that's not the problem I pick out. But what do you
Okay.
mean they weren't filmed there, but you went there?
Well, they are set in Forks, Washington.
Wow. Okay.
But they weren't. But they weren't written in Forks, Washington, or the movies weren't filmed in Forks, Washington.
Okay.
They were filmed in Oregon or British
Canada.
Columbia.
Yeah. No, that's not the big problem. What else do you think?
I thought they were documentaries. I thought it was all real.
yeah.
Well,
Kind of
I've
burst
never
in my
seen
bubble here now.
I didn't photograph anybody sparkling.
are you sure? Have you checked?
I'm
Maybe
pretty
they don't
sure.
sparkle until you develop them.
Most of them are made of cardboard because there's just cardboard stand-ups everywhere.
That is my problem.
Yeah.
That everywhere you look, there's a crappy cardboard stand-up. I would
Everywhere.
rather those not be there.
everywhere.
That's the best part. What's wrong with you, Rob?
No, because like if you're supposed to imagine that
What,
you're
you just want
part
a
of it,
poster?
I just want to like be a part of it. I don't want to see a crappy.
Oh, okay.
like-
Let's just get all the actors to just sit around all day.
So what's really funny is the first thing that you see when you come into Forks, Washington, is their welcome center.
Is there a giant sign that says Twilight was not done here?
No.
I'm just kidding. That would be
No.
amazing though.
No, but there's a visitor center
home.
at the Chamber of Commerce or something like that, and then you go in and it's just like Twilight everywhere. It's like all over the walls. There's cardboard stand-ups though that look like they're waiting in line for the single bathroom that's in the
It's like you ended up in the
place.
Twilight Zone.
yeah.
And
Nobody got
it's
that
very
one.
strange. And there's
Well, I got it.
oh, I got it. But there's just like stickers and T-shirts and stuff in this little welcome center, and then you go into the town, and then there's more of those type places.
And hey, you know what? If people are into Twilight, you go Twilight your heart out. I'm glad you guys went, but there's one thing you're gonna have to explain: the parking spot.
Oh, so we went to a bunch of different places. Like,
And you don't have to go into detail.
Okay.
You can keep that your private life. This one thing is the one thing. This one thing.
so the dad of Edward Cullen, the vampire that plays his dad or pretends to be his dad in the books, is a doctor because he's lived for a long time and he's eaten a lot of people and he understands how the human body works. So he's a doctor. And so they have a permanent parking space set aside for him at the hospital. And we looked like creeps driving around the parking lot looking for the parking spot that's never used by the fake vampire doctor.
There's
to-
just a spot dedicated to.
Yes.
Thank you.
At a real hospital,
At a real hospital.
not at
Where
the
people-
museum or something. Yeah, like
A
someone
real
might
hospital where
need that
people-
spot.
So,
Correct.
Yeah,
so we
where
pulled
somebody-
into
Could be dying, but no, it's a magical vampire
So
spot.
we're driving
What
in
happens if you
circles
park there?
around
I'm
the
parking
parking.
there when I go. I'm parking there.
So we're driving around in circles, and there's like a real nurse, and I was like,
Well,
maybe
yeah,
we should-
everything else is real, Jim. Of course, there was a real nurse.
So
You were actually
so-
in reality. I hate to break it to you.
So I asked Olivia, I was like, should we ask her where the parking spot is? And she's just like, no. And
You can only ask the cardboard figures, Jim.
so then we go around the other side, and then there's a sign that says Dr. Carlisle's parking lot, which is a sign for the sign.
What?
And
There was a
and
sign
There's
to
a
get
sign
you
to
to the
direct
sign.
you.
there's
to
a
the
sign to get you to
The sign.
the sign, and the parking spot next to his is for the March of Dimes winner or something like that.
Is it closer to the hospital or further from the hospital?
It's kind of like right on the side of the hospital.
Does he have like a fake office inside the hospital
Yeah,
that
I
they're
hope-
even
I
taking
hope so.
away, like, taking away office space from doctors that are actually trying to save lives? I mean, if we're gonna,
I hope so.
right?
That's
So hold
unbelievable.
on. Let's just say this, Jim, that you know what, that me and you are going out and you decide we're in Forks, Washington, and you decide to like be like, hey guys, it's me, you, and Toby in the car. Toby's in the back seat in the cage as usual. You know, we got the doors off on the Jeep. You hop out. You're like, hey guys, I'm gonna ride this bear, and then this bear goes and bites your leg off. You're bleeding. Pew pew pew. Toby is like slowly getting out of the back seat of the car. He's wrapped a thing around. We drive to the hospital. Hey, guess what? It's
Tourniquet.
that hospital. You got a tourniquet. Yeah. We're at the hospital. Oh my God. What's happening? What's happening?
I need to see Dr. Cullen.
Well, as long as
No, I'm saying we're pulling in that spot.
Yeah.
I'm pulling in that spot because fuck it. Jim's going to die if I don't park in this spot. Are we going to get beat up by the Twilight Mafia?
We might, and they all
Well,
look like my wife.
if he was bitten by a wolf, then the vampires would come and attack you guys when you pull in there. So you got to be careful.
All right. So, you know, we don't fact check, and we're going to have to talk about this because I just looked at the screen, and your wife is commenting.
Uh-oh.
She says, Jim Carlisle has never drank human blood. Stop spreading Twilight lies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But here's the thing. Now we're
He's a
kind of
vampire,
breaking our
though.
own rule because she is the internet.
Oh, I didn't.
Is she Googling or she just knows it?
No,
She
she
just
just knows
knows.
it. She just knows it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right.
Yeah.
So we're asking our listeners not to Google. Don't be trying to cheat in the comments. But she knew that. So we'll
Yeah.
take that as a...
I didn't know
Extension.
that. I thought that's how he was getting the blood, was
Yeah,
being
well,
a doctor.
the-
But I have not read the books and only seen the movies once all the way
Okay,
through.
stop. I just wanted to make fun of the parking spot. I don't want to start thinking about Twilight because now I'm like, I wonder how he does do this. And now I'm
Never
in the
seen 'em,
Twilight
never
hole.
read 'em.
And we're not doing this.
Wait,
No.
but the best part, the star of Forks, Washington,
Oh, jeez.
is the puppet that they. So, if you're unfamiliar with the Twilight movies, there is a baby that's like half human, half vampire, and the baby,
Whose baby is that?
it's Bella and Edward's baby. She has the baby between the next to last and last movie,
Okay.
but I think that's the whole book, the whole last book. But they made a puppet because this baby grows really fast, and they made this puppet that's supposed to be like a few hour. We asked the person. I think it was like 9 hours old, and it's like the size of a toddler. But they originally built this puppet, but then they were like, this puppet's too uncomfortable. We need to replace it with a creepy CGI baby. But the puppet is on display in Forks, Washington, and they call it Chuck Esme.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Hold on. There's so much. But. Let's just say right now, the star of the show is this. The star of the show in cardboard Twilight Land is the plastic puppet that got
Yeah.
CGI'd out.
Yes,
That
they
is the most
recast.
amazing thing ever.
So apparently, it's 60 pounds too. They said it's a 60-pound puppet, and it's melting because
It's not a puppet.
silicone.
It was just a real baby that they covered with plastic.
Yeah, it's melting in the little case because it's the silicone is breaking down, and it's
And Forks,
What's
Washington.
wrong? What is it? Oh, it's Cyber Jim is going to tell you what about this baby?
breaking apart because the silicone only has a 5-year lifespan, and that movie came out like 10 years ago.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
the real tragedy.
But there's stickers and shirts that say "Someone in Forks, Washington loves you," and there's like the little.
What? How much stuff
Did
did
you
you
get a
buy?
I got a sticker.
Did you get
You
did they
went all the way
have
out there and you
stickers
bought a
of that
sticker?
baby?
They had the saint candles. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Ron?
Did they have the sticker of the baby?
Yes.
And
I-
you
I-
say that it's
But-
breaking down. Can we get
But the
the broken
puppet
down
or
version?
the CGI
puppet.
baby?
Well, it's the puppet that the CGI baby was later
Hey,
based
we're
on.
up to
But
5
puppet's
listeners.
not in the movie.
watchers.
The puppet is not in the movie as far as I'm aware. But there's a video
So the
where they're
puppet's not in the
testing
movie,
it.
but it's in Fork. Fork Washington is not where they filmed the movie, but is where all the
books take place. right now Olivia is just like, he's getting this all wrong.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just gonna pretend that I know what's going on, but I don't.
We skipped going to Jacob's house though.
Who's Jacob?
I don't know what
werewolf.
that means.
Oh, okay.
There's a werewolf. I do know there's a werewolf.
Yeah, that's Jacob.
What team are you on, Toby?
I
I
don't.
mean, are you?
I'm on my
Werewolf or
own team.
Sparkles?
I'm on my own team. I root for me.
Vince, did you have a?
I'm on Team American Werewolf. Thank you very much. No, thank you.
Ooh.
American Werewolf in London, folks.
Okay,
That's a good one.
yeah. All right.
Excellent.
All right, and I don't want to call you out on your Twilight. I just wanted you to tell me about the cardboard place. And,
Okay.
And now you put the cherry on top, telling me that the highlight of the cardboard town is the
puppet.
plastic puppet
That's
that
not in the
was
movies.
CGI'd out of the movie.
Yeah, and there's a video of them trying to make the puppet work, but the actors are too uncomfortable to be around it. So then
That sounds like everybody who's ever around Rob.
Turns into
Okay.
that.
Vince
I don't
gets
know
it.
that-
Vince is with me right now.
I hear you.
Vince and I are having our own podcast over on the side.
With that, I'm looking up. Yeah, am I looking at? Yeah, I'm looking up at Toby.
Yeah.
it almost looks like they're in the same room with the
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. They have the
We
same
might be, you
wall.
don't
very
know. You
similar
don't know.
quality of light.
You don't know where we're at.
So you think
I
my
don't
hand's
know.
gonna go right up there and go, "Hey,
Yeah.
Toby," but I'm not gonna do it.
So now I am tied to editing.
I'm actually a
it
puppet.
exactly
Oh.
like this because because now it's gonna look like this forever. So, whatever. All right, you were
So for-
spotlighting.
Washington gets a lot of tourism for something that is completely not
Not
valid.
real.
No,
I mean-
I shouldn't say not valid. Sure, why not?
Vince,
Vince, you said you get a
hold
lot
on.
of tourism in your town.
Yeah, not like that.
Why? Why do you get tourism? Yeah. What movie wasn't shot in your town, Vince? Do you have any?
I think-
Washington isn't really famous for anything except somebody threw something on like, oh, let me find an obscure town that sounds cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, Amana, Iowa, their claim to fame is the Amana appliances.
Oh yeah.
It's
okay.
now bought out by Whirlpool,
Sure.
which
There's
is
one
hilarious,
company left in the world, so that
right?
makes sense.
But it's hilarious
GE
because they're-
owns everything else, right? It's
Right.
NBC Universal's GE.
well, GE stands for Got Everything.
Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Whirlpool owns.
Amana,
Which one was
probably.
that?
I don't.
Okay.
Well, no, the Whirlpool
Sure.
manufacturing thing. Amana is separate; it's its own entity, and they have like a historical society. You know, because like most of the houses are like historical, and like even in my neighborhood, like I'm not near the businesses, but people will come out to East Amana and drive around because some houses have little plaques. And they say it was like a communal house because like there would be one house where everybody go and eat. There'd be a church. There'd be like totally like Amish style, but not Amish, to be clear. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, the Amish mafia will come after you.
No, the Amana people. I live here in Amana, and they have stickers at one of the stores that says Amana, Iowa is mistaken for the Amish since 18 whatever. So
Man,
they have a
stickers-
sense of humor
do
about it.
Yeah, that's good. We need stickers. Didn't you make stickers, Rob? For been
I
trying to
gave
meet
you
you?
some. Yeah,
Yeah.
what'd you do?
Yeah.
with them? They're probably sitting in your car. Your kids have probably put them on their lunch.
Funny
bag.
you should mention stickers because I just made a whole bunch that I ordered. They're called I Love Rocks.
See?
And these are,
Right.
I designed this on my Commodore 64 computer
Okay, that's cool.
Awesome.
with a Koala Pad paint program. And the computer's so old that I can't hook it up to like this new computer that I'm on. And it doesn't have a color printer. So to get the color images into this computer, I had to run the Commodore through a VCR and then tape record me drawing it and then wheeling it across the room and hooking it up to my MacBook and installing it. Because
awesome.
it's like an old bread box Commodore, and like no mouse, just a joystick. It's like, it's crazy. But
I just learned tonight that that's how all our airlines are operating.
I know that was great because when everything went down, I could still keep working on my stuff, and I didn't even know it was down. So it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Commodore
I actually
64.
designed this shirt too. I made that's a It's Public Image Limited, but I say person I love, meaning myself. And I just tried to copy this. So if you
Wait,
saw
what?
it,
Hold on. What? What did you
Wait,
just
what
say?
is that?
Public Image Limited is a band with Johnny Rotten, and that's his
Okay.
logo. And so I drew it as a fan in my old shitty computer, and then I made T-shirts of it.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, I got lost in the of myself. I was just okay.
Oh, because I don't want Johnny Rotten to sue me, so I tell people it means person I love, but it's clearly his logo. So it's kind of like stealing Van Halen stripes over here, I think. But whatever.
Who does that? Who would do that?
I
Who
would
do that.
I think you have.
I think you have.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
Well, Devin-
He's not claiming it. He's just saying he would.
Well, Devin and Jan hired me to Van Halenize their live workspace, and I think it's still Van Halenized. So
Is that that building on Florida Avenue in Tampa?
yeah, across from the
Yeah.
Trident restaurant or whatever that was
Okay.
called. Yeah. So, and they even helped me paint it. Just gave me the paint, and I just Van Halenized it. And then somebody tagged it, and Devin's like, "Hey, man, somebody tagged it." I was like, "Yeah." So I went down there, and instead of just fixing it, we just Van Halenized the tags.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
That's
So
awesome.
they're still there, and it was funny because Devin was wearing like a big giant hat, and we're just painting this, red and white wall, and like this car pulled up, and like the lady in the passenger seat was like freaked out, and she was like, "Wait!" She's like, What is this?" And I can't remember what Devin said, but he was just like, I can't remember what he said. He goes, "I don't know, we just work here," or something like he didn't give her any answers, and it was hilarious. So
Mitzi says it is still up with the altered tag.
Oh, nice.
yes,
That's cool.
Yes, I have agents everywhere. Right now, I believe,
Spies.
as I bet Missy will tell you next, she's in Port Townsend, Washington.
Oh, that's close to Forks, Washington.
See, so she could go check out the Twilight
I-
Museum.
I did like high school art residency in Fort Townsend.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, because where are you from originally?
Washington State. Yeah.
Yeah, duh. I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes sense.
But,
So Port
hold on.
Townsend is nice.
But Port Townsend, did they have a movie make up that they were from there?
Oh, I think there was a movie shot there at the Fort Walton, or Walton. I can't remember the name of the fort. I think that's what it was. I think
Fort
I
Walton's in
accidentally said it.
Florida.
No, you're right. That's
Fort
right.
Walton Beach.
Fort something is the big area, and I feel like they shot in the like.
It was
They
Fort
shot something.
Wapner.
Is it Wapner?
Yeah,
Like
Fort
Judge
Wapner.
Wapner?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, you guys can't Google it, so I'm just gonna make shit up.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm like in paradise
I
over
might.
here.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was called. So it may
Fort Walmart. You're right. I was wrong. No, not Judge Wapner. Fort Walmart.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
cool. But I think they did film something there. I don't remember what it was though.
All right.
Yeah. They did film the Truman Show in Destin, Florida, which is right next to Fort Walton Beach.
Yes.
And I worked at a movie theater when we had the premiere, and the two little kids that played him when he was a kid were twins. They were there. We had a red carpet. It was crazy.
My kids are near Fort Walton Beach right now.
There
Awesome.
you go.
Yeah.
Speaking of forts and beaches, where was it? Shelly and I were on Anna Maria Island once.
Oh yeah.
Sitting in a like a rocking chair or whatever.
Mhm.
And this guy comes up and she's like, and he's just like looking at us, older gentleman. He's just looking at us, and we're just kind of like, what's going on? I was like, sir, are we in your seat? He's like, yeah, you're in my seat, but I want you to sit there. And I was like, what? And we're like, what's going on? And he's like, my wife died, and I bought the chair, and her name's on the back. But I just wanted to let you guys know, if you want to see that chair, it's in a movie called The Punisher. And
Right.
it's actually like we watched the movie just to see that chair.
Oh, that's
Like
when-
there's on
Yeah,
the
the one
beach
with,
right
Chur-
before he gets blown up. Spoiler,
one with-
maybe so, like everybody gets killed.
yeah.
Well, the one with Travolta and what's
Yeah.
his face?
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
it's the
High-
Thomas Jane one.
Or Highlander 2, as I call him.
And
There can only be one.
Oh yeah, there's only
Like-
one.
Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Diesel. Oh, Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Nash plays the Russian in that.
Yep. He's
The
not
wrestler.
Russian.
He's not.
He's not
But
Russian.
he actually gets stabbed.
Oh, we have an update on the internet. There's did you go to Centrum, Jim?
Yes, I did. I went to Centro.
All right, that was a question. And then
Yes.
Officer and a Gentleman was shot
That
at
is the
Fort
movie I was-
Worden.
Warden. That's it.
Yep. And then Joey also says Fort Your Mom.
Fort your mom.
There you
Nice.
go.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is what happens when we have people interact with the show.
Yeah, it's
Right.
kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
Did you
know people
realize-
out there listening?
Did you ever realize that Queen did the soundtracks for Flash Gordon, Iron Eagle, and Highlander?
Highlander. Yeah.
And that
I
the
knew
Highlander
Yeah.
and the Iron Eagle were It's a Kind of Magic was like a dual album, where Flash Gordon was a dedicated album just to the movie.
That's so cool.
I don't know why I felt like that was important to share.
No, it was
I did.
definitely important. It's
I knew
about
Flash
Queen.
Gordon because it had a whole album, but
Yeah.
I did
Flash!
not know Iron Eagle.
Oh, Princes of the Universe.
Iron Eagle.
That, well,
Oh, you know what it is? It's because Chappie in Iron Eagle was an Officer and a Gentleman. Louis Gossett Jr.
There
Sorry,
you go.
is
Man,
the actor.
Chappie. Oh man, that
Chappie.
So
Sorry.
it's kind of funny. I always watched that movie as a little kid,
Mhm.
and my dad was in the army, and he was a helicopter pilot. That was all I knew. So I watched that movie, going, "Oh man, that'd be cool." It wouldn't be cool if my dad was caught and made a POW. I realized that was what I was saying.
Yeah.
But
You
I was like,
didn't-
That'd be cool if I could do that. And
I mean,
was
Rob,
like,
you didn't like get all your friends on base to help you steal a helicopter to go rescue your dad from over there?
No,
or
I
what?
didn't have to
Oh yeah.
because my dad didn't
That
get
would have been
captured.
cool.
Oh, he didn't get captured, but he was in. Wasn't he like? Based, Black Hawk Down was based on him, his troop or whatever, his unit.
Yeah, I didn't realize at the time that my dad was actually a badass, like, you know,
G.I. Joe
uh,
guy.
what is it called? Special operations, special forces dude. Yeah, he was
Wow.
a helicopter pilot in the Night Stalkers, which is the 160th.
That's awesome.
But I didn't know that at the time. I was just like, oh yeah, my dad flies helicopters. But I still watch Iron Eagle all the time, and it takes me back to sitting in my basement at my parents' old house when I was, watching it on VHS and rewinding it and watching it over and over. And I never knew that they did that soundtrack, and now I'm going to watch it tonight.
the music's in the movie. He has it on his little cassette tape that he straps to his leg when he's flying the jet, and
Yeah.
Louis Gossett Jr. gets mad at him, and he's like, "Check this out," and it's like, "Yeah, we are." But no, that's not. That's from Highlander. But yeah, it's amazing.
yeah.
What is it?
I
Hammer
never
will
made
fall.
it
maybe?
through Highlander.
Oh, really?
Really?
So Tom Keefe would always like, you got to watch Highlander. You got to watch Highlander.
Oh.
And I
Highlander's
downloaded it and tried to watch it. And I tried to watch it in 2021, and I just couldn't do it. So maybe now's the time. Maybe this is my year
You gotta
for
do
Highlander.
it. You gotta do it. Dude.
Now that I know that the music is Queen, I'm invested. I'm going to go back to, which one do I go first, Vince?
Did
Do
you
I
know
go-
Sean? Did you know Sean Connery's in the original Highlander? So first off, don't watch any of the other Highlanders. Don't only
Yeah,
one. There can
only
be
the
only
first one.
one, and there is only one. I've got season 1 and 2 on VHS with Duncan MacLeod. But
The TV show is okay.
do you mean which Queen movie to watch? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So you're going to do trilogy? Oh, geez, that's a good question. Can I stew on that for a minute? I'm not googling, but I'm just thinking because there's Flash.
Yeah.
If you want science fiction, Iron Eagle, really well, and then Highlander. If you haven't seen that, maybe you need to watch that and just let Freddie Mercury take you through it. I will dress up like Freddie Mercury and watch it with you over the internets,
Yes.
and you can videotape it if you want.
I'm in. Yes. Let's do this.
But I
Let's
got to
do
wear
that.
my "Oops, I Crapped My Pants" because I don't want to miss a minute of that movie.
Yeah. Chris Johnson
Good
says
call.
Clancy Brown is a national treasure.
Yep, hot Shawshank. He's the guard from Shawshank. Also the Kurgan. Happy Halloween, ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah. Hold on. I remember someone saying that Toby was the wild card guest. They have not met Mr. Vince Kral.
No, he's definitely more wild card than Toby.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I love it. He's making Toby looks like calm. love
Rob, do you want to know why, Rob?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Why do the stars come up Or are the stars just pinholes in the curtains of night?
So good.
If your head comes away from your neck, it's over. Now, if you'd seen the movie, you'd know what I was talking about, buddy.
Okay, good, because I'm like, am I?
He basically just saw the movie there.
Yeah,
So
yeah. When you watch it, all you're gonna think about is Vince.
I know. Well, I think it might, Vince. I think you might be haunting my nightmares tonight. So I don't know how. I don't know if I'm going to sleep.
Sean Connery
That's
does
really-
a pretty good.
I'm gonna send you pictures of me like in the costume from Sean Connery's costume with the Sheba.
I would like to think that's a joke, but I'm pretty sure it's actually
No,
going to
it'll
happen.
happen.
So
Well, what's funny about Iron Eagle is if you watch Cobra Kai,
nothing's funny about Iron Eagle. Iron Eagle's just a badass movie.
it's hilarious when Leroy from Revenge of the Nerds says, "Don't worry about your dad. That's why our president's called Ronnie Reagan." And then he races a motorcycle guy with a plane. Yeah, I just watched it on Laserdisc the other day. Literally, I mean, that's how I roll.
That you like straight up
literally is
laser
Monday
disc.
for him.
I literally have all 3 Laserdiscs too. I have Iron Eagle, Flash Gordon, and
That is
Highlander.
cool.
Oh, sorry. When you said I have all 3 Laserdisc, and I don't mean this I have Laserdisc framed in my house.
Sure.
But when you said I have all 3 Laserdisc, I was like, oh, really? There's only 3 copies of that Laserdisc, and Vince has all of them?
They're all in Amana, Iowa. Oh, I'm afraid all the copies of Highlander will be unavailable for Rob when he finally decides to watch the film.
He holds
Oh.
on.
On Laserdisc.
You want this? Yeah, no.
The only way to see it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Because
Do I need to watch it on Laserdisc?
I mean, you might as well
mean-
now.
I know. Like,
Obviously.
I probably could. I know I've got a friend who has a Laserdisc player that's like, yo, I'll send you 7.
well,
I guarantee.
Yeah,
you.
there's also Vince right there who has one.
I was going to invite you over to watch. I'm not going to send you my laser discs or
don't
the
trust
players. Oh. I could send you a broken laser disc player. That'd be mean. That's, good
How
luck
long does it
finding.
take to get to Iowa, Jim?
Oh, I bet it's probably 14
Six-
hours from here. 16?
Colorado?
16?
You got to go through Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
What-
what's.
This just sounds like a
all
road
the way-
trip ready to go, Toby.
Well, speaking of road trips,
Runzo's on the way.
I'm actually driving up to Port Townsend at the end of August to do an art show at my friend's art space, Mitzi, who's actually, I think, one of our listeners. She's got a space in Port Townsend called the Sunroom.
Cool.
It's just her space. It's it's open to the public sometimes and stuff. And
Oh, nice.
so
Yeah.
I'm going up the week before I have the show because they're having like a 4-day music festival.
Cool.
And so I'm going to go for the music festival, meet the local bands, try and see if I can buy vinyl albums from them. And then we're going to just hang out in her art space. And I'm going to bring my turntables. I'm going to try and mix
Yeah.
the music from the local people.
Port
That's
Townsend
cool.
is such a cool little town.
Throw in a little Van Halen and stuff too for extra measure. But
Hey, Vince, have you seen the little portable lathes that they have? I have one, like to make your own vinyl.
no,
So-
I would probably mess that up though. Handheld stuff for me, it just turns into a mess.
No, it's a
Scared
little
of
record player. It does it all its own. So
It makes
look at-
records?
Yeah, like look it up.
Oh.
Teenage Engineering is they're a company that made them, but they actually just adopted an idea that somebody already had. So you're a smart guy. You can do the research and you can
Oh,
find
thanks.
it. But it's pretty awesome. We actually went to a Mexican restaurant, and we would go week after week after week for happy hour before bowling. And there's always a guy with a harp.
A harp, yeah. That he made in Seattle.
Yeah. It's crazy. This guy just like made a harp. He's awesome. But he would always skip our table because he's always just going to like families to play something or like the romantic.
How big
couple.
is this harp?
Oh, it's huge.
Like-
It's
Like-
huge.
Is it on wheels?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You had
It's on wheels and it has a tip cup duct
Built
tape
in.
to it.
no
Yeah, it
built
has
in. It was like
Oh,
a
it's built in.
hole.
That's
yeah.
right. It's not duct
Like-
tape.
You're basically throwing money in.
Money inside
to
the harp. But there's a sign that says tips. Is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
taped
it
on,
does.
right? Okay.
It's like a little.
Yeah, but there's a
portal.
really intricate wood carvings on
It's
it.
very
and
nice.
stuff.
Very nice harp.
Yeah, it's a nice harp.
So one day he decides to finally stop at our table. And what did we have him play?
I got there after you asked. I walked in
Yeah, I was
right
gonna say,
as it
don't-
was
don't-
happening.
Don't take us along with you on this.
Jim's like, don't blame me.
Yeah, I'm also in Jim's boat.
What are you saying, that this was incorrect?
Was
mean,
it
he
Sweet
did a
Child of
real-
Mine?
No,
What was
but
it?
he did a really nice Spanish rendition of La Cucaracha.
La Cucaracha.
Nice.
Which I always was told when I was growing up, someone told me on TV that I looked up to that it was the Mexican national anthem.
No. That's-
Did that not happen?
It did
That's
ha-
the appropriate reaction.
But tell
Thank you,
the
Toby.
world
Ra-
that it happened. I didn't
So,
make that up.
No, you didn't make that up. Roddy Piper did that and got stabbed because of it, I think.
Like really honestly got stabbed. So that was the setup. I knew that it was fake.
Now you have to make a meme from they where he puts the glasses on and it says La Cucaracha is Mexican's national album. You know,
So
fake news.
I actually
What?
I recorded it.
He
This
did
guy
great though. He played it. It was
did a
awesome.
It was
cool.
amazing. I think it actually went into Purple Rain in the middle of it. I'm not joking.
And he was like ad-libbing parts of it and
Yeah,
adding
yeah. He always
stuff
ad libs. I
about,
feel like I don't know.
like marijuana or something.
Yeah.
Like the cockroach. getting high or
Definitely, he was
something.
making some jokes we don't catch because none of us
Speak.
Are
No. No. You and I,
Jim?
sir, are not bilingual.
How-
Jim Ryman over here.
Un poquito.
Would you catch enough? Like, what if he was insulting us half the time? Would you be able to
I'm-
pick up on
I
that?
think
I
that's
might.
what he knows.
I might, yeah. I might.
Okay,
He
I
worked
just
in a
pick it
meat
up.
market. He's a meat man. He loves man meat.
Okay. That
At
took
the
a different
market.
turn from
It was a seafood.
learning.
Sorry. Oh. He wants you to know it's fish only.
Necesitas camarones?
See?
All right.
Yo tengo una bolsa de 2 libras.
All right.
That's awesome.
I have a 2-pound bag.
Where's this been all along?
Okay, well, I'm my
I don't have
best
to bring it out often.
the best part is
You've been teaching
Spotify
me.
is going to it does the automatic
Translation or just-
transcripts.
Oh,
trans-
So you can follow along on the
Translate?
podcast or read it or whatever. So I wonder if it's going to say it in Spanish or in English.
Oh, I don't know.
So if
Also,
anybody's
what's
watching,
it do when we're talking over each other like this?
I don't know.
I don't what.
Who listens?
Hey, I don't
do
know.
you
what-
listen to the
go ahead.
podcast?
Hey, I don't listen to this.
I don't ever listen.
I don't
to
just
it
trying
after.
to talk over you. Okay.
Toby.
Beep.
I just want to see what it does.
Please.
It just doesn't make sense to say I watch a podcast. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense.
You know, I'm trying to embrace.
I watch podcasts
I know,
on YouTube.
but nobody watches radio.
No, they do now.
That's true.
I watch
They
IPR all the time.
Yeah, like Howard Stern. People just watch Howard Stern.
All right, I take
Live.
it. We'll do.
So get
Apparently-
with the program.
He's still
You
alive?
know what? I resisted the video. I did. I mean, I just didn't see why. But if somebody's gonna ask for it, Shelby, which I hope he listens, but he's got an out right now if he doesn't want to listen. But
He's traveling. I was texting him. He said he said he's going to catch up later. I think Vince has a question. I think our guest
Oh,
has a question. I see his hand.
you can just
in the
talk,
I
air.
did-
man.
Well, I didn't want to talk over you because I didn't want to be rude, but also
Like
I'm
Toby.
asking if I could run and grab another soda, and then if I can bring 3 more shirts I just made to show you guys and get your
I think
opinion
you
about
probably
it.
should
I
do
mean,
that. I think you should. Do
yeah.
that.
Of like an emergency critique.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, you
do
better
it.
Go for it.
All right, I'll be right back.
That's a good way to close things out, anyway.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And to talk about things that nobody can see for those who are just listening.
yeah. We'll probably have to describe the shirts in very descriptive
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
detail.
Let's do.
Oh,
this.
that's
We'll
good.
do that.
That'll work well. We'll paint a picture with our great
Lines?
language. Use,
Oh, our skills,
hockey,
our
mouth movement.
descriptor skills. Oh, is this going to be like Pictionary?
Oh,
No, that's not
yeah.
at all
Wait,
how
he's got
Pictionary
3
works.
shirts. Hold on. We're gonna have rules here.
Okay, wait.
All right.
Wait until you get this before you.
Wait,
say
what
the
rules would there be?
All right, Vince,
Yeah.
if you'd allow us to partake in a new segment called make sure that the people who aren't watching this know what's going on. You have 3 shirts. There are 3 of us.
Okay.
I would like Jim to describe one shirt to our listeners, Toby to
Oh.
describe one, and I will describe the other one.
Let's have
And
some
we'll
fun,
see how-
shall we?
We'll,
All right.
We'll see how we screw this up.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
so you talked about public radio. Iowa Public Radio is putting out a call for new T-shirt designs.
Cool.
So I've been designing them on my Commodore 64.
Excellent.
And then I print them out, and I got the little transfers, and I got a press, and so they're pretty decent. They're not like silkscreen, but these are prototypes.
Prototypes,
So
yeah.
you doing dye sublimation on that?
I don't even know what that means, Jim. It's a
okay. All right.
I
No
printed
worries.
out
Inkjet
and
transfer.
Oh,
inkjet transfer, but I bought some pretty decent ones. I bought some at Joann's, and they worked okay, but like this one, and it's been through the wash once, and it hasn't messed up. So these are all prototypes. I'm checking them out. So, anyways,
Yeah.
First,
All right.
so I'm going to send these in to see if they'll pick them out. Let's see.
All right.
Right.
Jim, this is all you. You have to describe
Okay.
this to our listeners.
It looks like a radio tower
Yeah.
with IPR in the boxes, and it looks like there's razor wire coming out of the top of the radio tower.
Those
And
are the
eye looks like-
transmissions.
That's
Why would razor wire be coming out of
I
the
don't know.
top?
It's got that coil kind of look to it, but that's the transmission. Oh, they're not coiled. They're like little. I couldn't see them very well.
They're boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
it is. Yeah, and I like that the eye almost looks like a little person.
Oh, thanks, Jim. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. That was number
All
one.
right, that's number 1.
All right. Shoot. I just made them, so I don't want to drop them on the ground. All right. So number 2 is in green.
All right, Toby, this is you.
Okay. Definitely radio tower looking up at it from ground level. There's also some greenery down on the green level or on the viewer level. Again,
Right.
IPR sort of placed in front of the tower. There is also more of the radio signals. Which
No, those are electrical fences now. This one I did. I upgraded that to electrical fences. I'm just kidding.
I was like, what are the odds?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, but it's a little bit of a
but
different
there's a
version.
green shirt. There's a green shirt with a black border around the image, which also has a white border around the black border.
Right. So the black border is part of the video screen.
Okay,
nice.
that makes
You-
sense. It's like it's like a monitor.
Yeah,
Also,
but
the signals, like it looks like they're C's on the left and they're backward C's on the right. I guess.
Right.
I'm trying to paint this picture for
Yeah.
the viewers, like so.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I got to give
Yeah,
a lot of
so-
detail. I'm giving high detail, Vince. Come on, work with me.
No, it's
I know.
great.
When you picked it up and I looked at it real quick, I was like, "Oh, look, it's a teepee." And there's 2 people in it. The I and the P look like people inside of a teepee when I looked at it real quick.
Yeah.
You're right.
So,
It also looks
secret
like the
teepee
Stairway to
person.
Heaven too, because it looks like it's going off into the background. So like,
Definitely does look like Stairway to
well,
Heaven.
this is where heaven is. This is a little green dot here. And these are all the angels floating around, going, "Hey, come in, IPR. Let's go to heaven." Okay.
all right.
Now they're never going to pick that one. Now I can tell you that.
Especially if they listen to this.
I'm sure that everyone at IPR is watching right now, so they heard I'm
We're
going to
big.
bring
We're
out
big
the
there.
pictures. So here's the third one, which is a little bit different.
That's the
All
easiest
right.
one to describe, and Rob gets it.
Well,
All right,
I knew
so do you-
I knew Rob wasn't a strong reader, so I thought I'd test his skills. He said he's got 2 master's degrees, yeah. So let's see.
All right. So in all capital letters, that looks to be like a violet with a purple outline, almost in a 3D look. IPR, and then in the center of this square, we have in green the word community written with a capital C, and then underneath in in this square. We have the word radio with a capital R, a big capital R, reminiscent of the R in the IPR radio up top. And it says radio in a nice little white box.
Thank you.
On a white shirt.
Very good description. Yeah, so I think I'm going to submit, because you submit online, but I think I'm going to wrap them up and mail them to them. Like, to who may it concern. Yeah, so they'd probably be like, bomb! I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you going to write not a bomb inside?
No, I'm not going to write bomb anywhere near it. Not going to think about bomb while I'm wrapping it up, okay?
Bomb, 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 bomb.
I didn't say bomb. Okay, now meet the fuckers.
Now we're in trouble. All right. Well, we're getting close to the end. Any parting words that you have, Vince? Anything you want to shout out, talk about, tell us what we know where your website is. What else you want to remind us?
Not much. I've just been working on stuff. You can find it. Well, I don't have a lot of stuff on the website. It's mostly Instagram if you want to see what I'm doing day to day. And then
what's your Instagram?
At Darth Kral. Darth like Darth Vader, and then Kral. So
Darth Kral. That seems like our word this week.
I think that's a good word. Yeah, the secret word.
Oh, it's what my name is on the screen here too.
Perfect.
Okay, so they've been looking at it this whole time, and they don't even know it.
Maybe they might be different when they say.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Darth Kral sounds like a legitimate Star Wars villain. I love it.
Thanks. Yeah, well, it was when Darth Maul came out. I couldn't not hear Darth Kral in my head.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, just makes sense. So, well, Vince, this is awesome. Thank you for being our first sign-up guest.
Yeah,
we're turning a new chapter here on this website on this podcast.
Well, I'm signed up
to a website,
right? Well, I'm
sign up to come hang out with us.
It won't be much different because I'm signed up to like December because I don't ever get to hang out and talk to people. So me and Toby know what's going on. You do this one, Toby, you go like, oh, it's a transplant. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Vince.
I'll work on it.
Rob.
Is it your birthday?
In 1 minute. Exactly 1 minute.
Oh my gosh. We have to end singing happy birthday.
I know. I was just thinking that the Cybertrucks are going to sing you.
It's not. Well, I guess you could Day to you.
All right.
Except we're still seconds out, I think, technically.
Right.
But time really moves slow when you're talking in a Cybertruck voice.
And by the time this is heard, the birthday will.
The birthday is in the past.
The whole thing's been his birthday or past.
No, now my birthday it's only just begun. The way I see it,
Happy
Shooter
birthday,
McGavin.
Vince.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it, and thanks for letting me be on your show.
Yeah,
and
thanks for coming on. This is awesome.
Yeah,
really
but I will get. Send me a private message, and if I'm heading towards Washington, maybe I can come through and see you guys.
Okay.
If you got an extra room, if you got a pool, gym, maybe a pond pool, either one's good. Caddyshack. Sorry, that's my Tourette's pop culture syndrome going on.
That's good.
Right.
Well, we do.
All right.
Thank you all. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Whatever it is, we'll see you next week.
Peace. I got to stay on for a while, you said, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Oh.